Welcome back to the Obsessed with podcast. We're your hosts, Kim and Erran, and we are bringing something back that left us for a little bit. And if you actually know Kim and I and been following us long enough, you know that things that don't leave us and they stay kind of within us, we try to bring them back. We try to listen to that. And so Travel Tip Tuesday is coming back. We had so much fun with it. And then, you know, things happen and you just kind of get away from things. And then you just realize, like, you know what? That was a lot of fun when we did that.
Yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, we did, we went through seasons where we called it Travel Tip Tuesday. And the goal would be just to have a very kind of brief, our goal is always 15 minutes or less. If you know us, we know we love to gab. Or what's that gap? Yeah, gab. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And so they would always end up being a little bit longer, but the goal is to have a topic that's travel related. So like healthcare traveling and also just travel, right? Fun travel, but it's a traveler related topic that we just kind of riff on, and maybe we share some insight into our own experience with it, or a tip, or just something based on that topic, and keep it short and sweet and have it be something very tangible takeaway versus our Thursday episodes are a little bit more kind of story time, and it's more about things going on and, you know, diving into more personal life things. So this is really just about travel. So we thought, you know what, let's go. Here we go.
Yeah. And, you know, if you were listening on Sunday, we posted about Bali. We do still have a few spots left. So if you're interested in traveling with us to Bali, all the details are on imtravcess.com, or you can reach out to us at hello@imtravcess.com and ask any questions. We can send you the itinerary, the pay package, and all that good, great stuff. So definitely come join us in Bali. If you've been thinking about it, you're going to want to actually jump on it.
Yes. Okay, shall we get into the travel?
Let's do it.
So this topic is really front and center in this moment because you are really on the struggle bus, really feeling it right now. And the topic is about burnout. So burnout signs, and when it's time to take a break, when it's time to switch things up. As travelers, we know that burnout can be a big part of the lifestyle that we live, even though there's so many amazing aspects of moving around and starting new jobs and all the things, but it can also really kind of just burn you out. We're not currently traveling right now, but you're definitely feeling burnt out.
What do you mean by currently traveling?
Oh, okay, right. Because you are currently a traveler, right? You are a traveler at this contract, but I meant like we're not in the season where we were picking up and moving every couple of months, starting new contracts and doing all of that. We've been in Colorado, you know, for a while. So technically, but you are a traveler.
Yeah,
so,
correct.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, I think I want to go about this in two forms, right? Because not everybody is in the same situation as I currently am, but I can speak in a general aspect to it. But also, I think just giving some tips that we have seen through 14 years of travel that helps with burnout. I know for us, at the beginning, it became the packing up and leaving and finding a new place, finding a new gym, finding a new grocery store, finding a new routine. Whereas that's always super exciting, but it also gets tiring, right? And then, especially if you're doing 3-month contracts, if you're doing 13 weeks, literally that flies by. You feel like you just get it down, 6 weeks in, and then boom, it's like gone, right? And you're thinking about packing up and figuring out where to go again. And so it's, for me, it was never so much like physical fatigue, I think, because I've had a built-in travel buddy. But it also, I think, it makes things a little more technical when you have two people traveling. You have more stuff, more things. But it was always decision fatigue for me. I got tired of making a decision and interviewing, and I could feel it, where I was like, I don't know where I want to go, and where are we going to live, and what are we going to do, and what's the best contract, and I don't know. And like, just the fatigue of that really, really, really started to weigh. And that's when I started to get burnout.
Yeah, it can be mentally, draining, fatiguing, like you said, the decision burnout. Oh my gosh, that's so real. And we would go through phases of that where we would be so excited for, especially in the beginning. I'm like, that was the last thing I cared about. Like, I was so excited. I'm like, let's go. Where are we going next? Like, I didn't even think about that. Right. But as you've been doing it a while, the thought, everything is new, which is exciting, but then it's a lot of decisions to be made. And that can definitely just make you mentally exhausted. You're kind of in the phase now
I
that,
don't want to get into that now, though.
oh, okay.
I just wanted to stay, sorry, because that's a deeper conversation. I just wanted to stay on tips that we've seen on that type of topic.
So the simple tips, I think, of just like what we did is when you recognize that, right? Because you'll feel it. You'll start to kind of lose the sparkle a little bit. Like you're like, oh my God, I don't really want to go somewhere new. And the most obvious is that you just extend, because here's the thing, like obviously an extension, there's a lot of things to factor in, right? Like, do you like the job? How's the pay? Do you like there's a lot of things you have to think about. I wouldn't say like stay somewhere you absolutely hate, but I think in a lot of cases, even if it's not like your dream job or location or something, like if you have a good gig going and you have an opportunity to stay put for another contract, that can really help, because 6 months is a lot different than 3 months. You have some breathing room in there and you can kind of just like chill. So I think that's like the most obvious. If that's if you can extend, that's the number one go-to. Any traveler who's burnout will tell you, just extend as long as you can.
Yeah.
Just stay a while.
Totally. And I think too, seeing somewhere that you're living is tough in 3 months. I'm sure, unless you're just in like a podunk area with nothing around, if you're in these big cities, man, 3 months isn't enough time. So it kind of gives you enough time to get out there and see everything you want to see in that area that you're at. If you extend, I will say, I just wanted to add a little bit more context. We're trying to give tips at this point. This is when Kim and I were super excited to bounce around, to explore as many places as possible. And so a lot of times that excitement outweighs, kind of things that are obvious, and your mind and body can fake you out until it really hits. And usually when the burnout hits, it hits hard. And so that's what we have noticed, because we were always super pumped about going to the new location. Couldn't wait to like change it up and see what was out there. And that's the beauty of traveling. So when you're in that mindset, these are tips. Because where I'm at currently is not that place.
Oh, yeah. Right. You go through different cycles and phases of things. As a traveler, you can stay in the same place up to a year. And so if you have like a great gig and you love the area, honestly, if you start to feel that a little bit, because again, you go through that phase where you're like, hell no, I don't want to stay in one place for a year. I'm going. I want to go here and here and here and here. And you want to experience as much as you can, like have at it. Like that's so fun. But when you do start to feel that, it's like, if you find a good gig, we've done this many times where we end up staying for the year, and it really just allows you to still enjoy like kind of the travel life, because you're making good money. You still have that contract that comes up. Like how we've done it is you sign a 3-month contract, you do your 3 months. And then if you're going to extend, you can even put in some time off, right? So take 2 weeks, go on a trip, come on a travel trip, go have a little time. And then, you get to come right back and pick up the same gig, the same house. There's no moving. It's easy to slide back into, and then do another 3 months. And then maybe you want to stay another 3 months. And like we would keep doing it that way versus just signing 6-month contracts or 9-month contracts. Like we did it in those little 3-month increments, even when we knew like we were going to try to milk it as long as we could and get to that year. But that still gave us the flexibility to take some time off if we wanted it. And sometimes you're like, no, I don't need time off. I want to keep making money, and you don't have to. So I think that's such a great thing to do, and just milk it, because you get a year in one spot making good money and you love it. Like you get energized by that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in our experience, we're usually like ready to freaking go after that. We're like, let's go, and we'll do another crazy stint of all over the place. And then we want to like calm down again.
Yeah. I mean, Colorado is the only place I've stayed longer than 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
No,
we did a year in Oroville. In
California. Oh, we did.
We spent a few years,
actually. We had a lot of time off in between Oroville, though.
Well, right. But what I'm saying, we did a contract there for a year with exactly what I just described. And we would take time off in between those contracts as we were doing other things. Yeah. We also, I mean, this is a little different, but we ended up staying in the Bay Area for a couple of years, but we stopped traveling at that point. And you were full-time and I was PRN, which is a whole nother thing. But because we were burnt out and we loved where we were, and we're like, this is where we want to be. And we had these great jobs and we loved it so much. And so we stayed put. And after a few years, we were like, oh my God, or what are we doing? We were ready to go again. And we started traveling again. So there's definitely, unique. The lifestyle has a lot of unique options.
No, it does. And I think there's 3 in my head. What Kim said about extending, that's one. I think number 2, the biggest thing, if you're in a travel go mode, like you really want to see as many places, the number one thing that you can do to prevent burnout, in my personal opinion, is extremely streamline your moving process. So that is whittling down to just the things that you need. The less packing up and stress that brings, the more burnout you're going to get. If you're loading up U-Hauls and big trucks every single time you got to move, that becomes strenuous over 6, 7 contracts. So we started off with 2 cars and fully loaded, and I'm towing Kim's car, and it became like a thing to where we whittled it down to 1 car. We figured out how to fit everything in that car. And so our move out and move in process was extremely streamlined, which made things a lot easier. And the last one that I'll say is like knowing if you're feeling burnout, putting your head down, saving up some money and taking like a month off or 2 months off, right? Because as travelers, we get that gift. So you can end a contract and be like, listen, I'm not going to start until, if it's February now and you're ending and you're like, I'm not going to start until April. And that gives you like, you're almost ready to come back, right? Because you've taken that time for yourself and you've either gone home and saw family, or you went on a TravSys trip or 2 or 3, and then, went on 1 and toured around Europe while you were off. It really revives you and it makes you appreciate what it is, the gift that we have as healthcare travelers. And I think that was the biggest one for me. Yeah. That kept me going for 14 years was being able to take extended amounts of time off and still make way more money than I was making full time.
Oh, 100%. I'm so glad you brought that up, because we did that obviously so much, not in the very beginning, but that's huge, right? Because you take a month off. I mean, a lot of people who do come on our trips, they're like, they, kick off their time off with like a TravSys trip. Then they're like, and I'm spending the next 2 weeks and I'm traveling here and here and here. And like, I'll find a contract once it gets closer. And I love that because, that's what we would do too. Like we would take so much time off and we would go travel, and then, we'd run out of money and we'd be like, okay, maybe let's get a contract, right? And call your recruiters or look on the apps nowadays. Like funny, it's like call your recruiter. It's almost like old school now with like all the apps and stuff. Makes it so much easier. But, and then you'd like lock in a job and be like, hell yeah, like let's go. And I think that really has a way of just refueling your tank. And then you're like ready to hit it again. I think that's such a great, again, just the freedom and the flexibility we have. We talk about this all the time. Who was I just talking to? Our friend Laura. Because we were talking about, people who are who want to transition out of travel because they're craving more stability, but they don't want to give up their freedom and they don't want to give up their time off and flexibility and go back to like the PTO grind and also the money, right? And so you're like, well, what do you do? You know, like what do you do? And so I was like, you know what, honestly, what I would do is because obviously we have TravSess, so we're in a different place because we have something that helps offset finances, right? We have a business, right? So it's like but not everybody wants that or has that. And so it's a little bit different. But if we didn't have TravSess and we didn't have a business or we weren't entrepreneurial, what I would do is get a place somewhere. Where do you want to live? Like, I would travel for a couple of years, save a shit ton of money, pay off all of my debt, whatever that looks like for you, live very like lean. I would buy a place or have a place wherever. And then I would take 2 contracts a year and maybe cool places, or maybe you're just trying to make the most money as possible. So you're taking like maybe a less desirable destination, but more money, whatever that is. And I would work 2 contracts a year and I would take 6 months off and I would be at my home base. I would travel, because what we used to make in an entire year working full time, we make way more than that working 6 months as a traveler. So you truly could, and I would work 6 months out of the year and I would still have the freedom and flexibility to have my time off and do the things that I want. You could pick up PRN shifts, or you could, whatever, but that is what I would do.
What months would you work?
Ooh, so it'd be 3 months. So I'd probably do like a January, February, March, because like that's not like, it's like wintry, like right? It's not like the most vibiest time of year. And then I would probably work, that's interesting, because
September, October, November?
No, I love those months. It's fall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Actually, I think I would probably do January, February, March, April, May, June, because those are my least favorite months.
That's what I was going to say.
And then I would take off full summer. I love like the summers in Colorado, and like they're great for road trips and all the things.
Fall.
And then into fall, and then you have your holidays. So that is literally what I would do.
January through June.
Yeah. I would probably have bought some, if you could, like an investment property or something that you could make money on, like Airbnb or renting it out or something, like, so you have some supplemental income coming in, and like, that's what I would do, because you can.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, I agree. And I think that leads into where I'm currently at. And, I've been really racking my brain because I'm on the struggle bus. And this is coming from somebody who has a dream location, right? The reason we've been here so long is because this job is a dream. The team that I work with is amazing. The doctors I work with are amazing. We live right across the street. We love the location, the area. I mean, there's nothing literally. They give me as much time off as I want. It's a dream, right? So why am I burnt out? And I think for me, the one thing that I can grasp is I lived so long doing a contract, taking extensive amounts of time off, coming back, working another 10, 13 weeks, taking another extensive amount of time off, coming back, working another 3 months, taking extensive amount of time off. I just did that for so long that I got used to it. Laughing at myself in this current state, because I can see the polar opposite. When we first started traveling, I didn't take much time off. I would take a couple weeks here and there, to get in between contracts and have some downtime. As we progress, we started working, half the year and then taking the rest of the year off. And so after, I think, year 5 is when it started. And so now it's been even more. I think I calculated I worked 3 months in 2023, 3 months in 24, and then 25 I worked a little bit more, but it was like a total of like maybe 6 months total. And this year, so into 2025, 26, I've been going nonstop since September. And so that's September, October, November, December, January, just into February. So I'm almost at my 6-month mark straight. Hey, real quick, we hope you're loving today's episode, and we wanted to take a moment to keep you in the loop. If you work in healthcare, or you're a healthcare traveler, or you know someone who works in healthcare and is interested in fun adventure travel, you've got to know about our TravSess adventure trips. And listen, we get it. Working in healthcare can feel really demanding, overwhelming, and stressful. We spend so much time taking care of others that we forget to take care of ourselves.
So let us take care of you on a Travsess trip. Once you sign up for a trip, we literally take care of everything. The planning, the logistics, and all the little details. So all you have to do is show up, have fun, and make unforgettable memories with a group of like-minded, adventurous travel friends. This is your time to step away from the chaos, recharge, have some fun, and come back feeling like the best version of you. Everyone who comes on a Travsess trip says you come as strangers, leave as family. Literally. Travsess trips have sparked dozens of new friendships, adventure squads, and travel soulmates that last way beyond the trip.
And honestly, it's not about the places we go. It's about the amazing people you meet along the way. We personally plan every itinerary based on our own travel adventures, so we have been there, done that, and know all the best things to do and see that you would not find on your own. Plus, we've got some awesome local friends on the ground to help us make each trip extra fun, special, and totally unique. Our trips are for active adventurers who like to get out of their comfort zones and push their limits. And the best part? We keep our groups small and intimate so you can form real connections like really, really fast.
So if you're ready to ditch the planning stress, find your adventure crew, and travel like never before, head over to imtravsess.com and grab your spot on one of our next adventures.
That's imtravsessed.com.
Or you can send us a DM over on Instagram at Kim and Erran G.
That is KIMANDERRANG.
Just DM us the word adventure and we can chat more about it. You can also find our Instagram, our website. Everything is linked in the show notes below. Also, at the time of this recording, we have 3 spots left to join us in Oaxaca, Mexico in 2025, which honestly is one of our favorite trips. Yeah. So you can head over to our website, check that out. And we also have so many more fun adventures coming your way in 2026.
We cannot wait to see you on one of our life-changing trips. Now let's dive back into the episode.
Well, yeah, because I guess even since we've been here, like you worked and then we went to Peru, so you were off, right? That was July, right? Came back, worked August, September we went to Mexico.
But we also had March through May off.
Right, but what I'm getting at is there was still like this time off in between, right? So you were like, oh, like when I get back from Peru, I only have 6 weeks and we're off to Mexico, right? So no matter what, there's always this space in between that you have coming up. So this is so we got home from Mexico the end of September, I guess. And so it's been October, November, December, January. So that's 4 months. So that's been the longest stretch without any time off or any like trip or anything in between. Because it's the longest stretch. Like we're not running a Travsess trip until June. So it's the longest stretch that you've done full time. Because I'm just PRN right now. So I'm not working full time, right? Like I work a couple of days a week, but you're working full time as a traveler. The longest period of time straight in years.
Right. And I think it has nothing to do with the fact that I've been on 4 months. It's the fact that I've been on 4 months with another 3 months to go.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of like, oh, I got a gap and then I come back and then I've got the remainder until June. And I think that's where I'm feeling burnout, but it goes back to our tips at the beginning, right? Taking an extensive amount of time off. Unfortunately, we're not doing that because June through December is completely booked. I will not be working. So I got to put my head down and get it done.
Well, I'll be working PRN, but not as a full-time traveler.
Correct.
Yeah. Right. So, okay, what's the takeaway there? Well, there's a couple things. I think one, when you're so used to that lifestyle, it's almost like this internal clock, right? That goes off where the 3 month comes and you're like, oh, it's time to like go do something and have time off. I think it's like a part of our being because it's been our lifestyle for 14 years, right? Just like in the beginning, when we first started taking contracts, we didn't take that much time off in between because we were so programmed of like, you get 2 weeks, so we would take 2 weeks to like do a road trip and get where we're going and do all the things. But that we were like, how that's crazy that used to be our vacation for the whole year. And this is just us getting to the next contract. Right. But we didn't take huge gaps of time off. It was just like 2 weeks felt appropriate because we were also programmed that way.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're programmed that every 3 months, we're kind of like, and not only with traveling, but it's usually like every couple of months we have a TravSesh trip.
Mm-hmm.
So even if we're coming back to the same contract, there's still an extensive period of time off because we would go run a trip and then come back. So I think there's still a few months ahead. And so it's like, what are you going to do, to get your head back in the game? I mean, you said today at lunch, like maybe taking a week off and not going anywhere. I think that's also sometimes it's like, sometimes you need to like go somewhere and travel and have that like fun adventure. And I think also sometimes you just want to be home and have a staycation, work on things you want to work on without interruption, without being, having to go off into work. And so maybe that's what you need.
Mm-hmm. Well, no. And I mean, again, I understand that this is like #blessings.
Of course.
Like, oh my God, I've worked 4 months straight and I have to work till June to take the rest of the year off. Like,
travelers get
wah,
it.
wah, wah, right? I get it, but it's a real thing. Like, I'm just in a mental slump and I have to get myself out. I also can tell you from a traveler point of view, and I don't know if you all have had this, but I can tell I reach a point when everything feels like Groundhog's Day. And it is literally the same day. I feel like I have the same conversations. It's the same flow. We do the same things. And it's like, there's a point, and it takes me up until about 6 months where I'm like, yeah, man, this is great. This is awesome. Like, every day's cool. Like, I'm having fun and I'm enjoying it. And then it just reaches a point where no matter how good the day is, it still feels very just like blah. And it loses its character. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm in that point. And typically my breakthrough is I don't have any longer. I just know I'm not re-signing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Right. And then it's like, okay, like on to the next.
Yeah.
But I don't have that right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's the difference between working as a traveler and working as a full-time employee, right? Is as a traveler, you come in, it's new. It's like the new shiny object, right? Like you're meeting new people, you're meeting, new doctors or whoever you're working with, you're learning new stuff. Like it's all new and it's exciting. And then by the time it starts feeling monotonous, you're kind of like, cool, bye. Like you're moving on to the next, you're not under the hood, right? Like we always say, like, you don't have to get into like the drama and the mix and the this and the that of like a department because you're just there temporarily. So it's just more fun. Where here, you're like basically a full-time employee, right? And you're going PRN there. And so there's not, now you're like in it. You're in like the thick of the department. You're not just passing through. Like you have relationships with everybody. You are in it. You're involved.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing every day, the same shit, the same bullshit. People talk to you about things because you're not just the traveler that like, oh, leave him out of it. He's only here for a couple of months. Like you're part of the intricate part of the department. So you're involved in everything. And that's also something that you haven't experienced in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it is funny because it's one of the perks we loved so much about traveling is we're like, you're in and out. You don't deal with the bullshit. And like you are dealing with the bullshit. And I think that's probably also, and you can tell me, but if that's part of what's draining you, because you're not just in and out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's funny, the traveler before me, who was there a full year, said, I have to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And she even said, this is my most favorite place I've ever worked.
Yeah.
This is great. But I can tell you, I feel full time. And I'm in the drama. And it's just, it feels icky. And I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
And she left. And so she works PRN now. Occasionally, she's actually working this week, which is crazy. So, I heard her say that. I'm like, dude, how could you feel that way? This place is like such an easy piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel it.
I get it. I mean, even me, it's like, I work PRN, so I'm not a traveler, right? I'm not like, I'm only here for 3 months, guys. Like, no, I'm here. Like, indefinitely, right? For years to come. Like I'll be part of this department. But it is a privilege to work PRN because you still have that feeling of being a traveler, because I'm there and I'm there and I'm working and I'm helping and I'm all the things, but like I'm not there enough to be like in the mix of it all, right? Like I'm just there to be helpful to them and they love that and appreciate it, but I'm not dragged into any drama or decision making or anything in the department because I'm just a PRN that works a couple days a week. And I love that because it's just like when I'm there, I scan, I'm there to help. And then when I clock out, like I'm done. Like I don't even think about it.
No, and I think you hit something pretty clearly. This is the last thing I'll say because I know we've been rambling, yapping again.
Yapping.
It's supposed to be short, but
that should be the name of our podcast.
Yaps.
Yapping with the Gibsons.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't love it.
I kind of like it.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Change it again.
Yapping with the Chipsons.
With the Chipsons, yeah.
And Chip.
And Chip. How funny is that?
We call our AI Chip. Oh my gosh.
What I was going to say was there is this mentality as well that I noticed shifted. And there was like, there's this appreciation that you're the traveler there to help. And obviously knowing you're not full time. And so when I would be like, hey, like, I just kind of needed a day. Can I just take a day to just like, I want to go explore like Colorado. And they're like, yeah, go ahead. Like you got to experience it while you're here. Definitely go. And now I've surpassed this like time frame with the intent to go PRN. And now it feels like it's become, what are you talking about? You don't want to be at work. Like you're here. Like you're on the schedule. Like wait, what? And it's just like, no, you've lost the fact that I am still a traveler.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still don't really care about the in-depth mess going on in this department. Like I'm here to help. I'm here to work.
But you get dragged into all that
But I
stuff.
get drug in. And then when I'm asking for time off, it's like, ugh, what do you mean? You've had plenty of time off.
Yeah.
Right? Almost like, do I have a PTO slip I need to fill out? Like,
they look at you as like a full-time.
That's what I'm saying.
What is it? A cog in the wheel.
Yeah. And I feel like it's mentally got to me
Mm-hmm.
of just like, it's not that same perception anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. No, it's very, very interesting how that happens. I mean, at the end of the day, we know you're going PRN in June just because with the way our TravSays trips are, there's zero way we could like do a full contract or, at the end, like we have back-to-back trips, right? At the end of the year. And PRN's perfect because we can work as much as we want. We can take off as much as we want. So you have the flexibility of being like as a traveler would. But we get to stay in the same place, which is really nice. And we make really good money here as PRNs, which is amazing. So that part's great. So we know it's coming, right? But you still got to get through this hump. And so I think it's just figuring out, just like if you were talking to a traveler that was feeling this way, it's like, okay, well, what do you need? Like, what do you need to do to recharge, to get your head back in the game? And just know that you have like a few months left and then you are switching it up again. It's just the longest stint you've really had to put your head down like this in a while.
Totally.
So I think maybe taking that week, I think that would probably feel really good. Mm-hmm. And then like hit it again and like finish it, Obviously it's easier for me to say because I totally know that feeling when you're just like, I'm fucking done, dude. Like I'm done. And you can say that, but there's nothing you can do. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you can do. Like you're not leaving. You're not ending your contract. So what else can you do? The only thing you're in charge of or have control over is yourself and your mindset and how you're showing up every day, right? It's like, how can you show up, bring joy to the department, be helpful, have good conversations about you. Like, how can you recharge that battery? Mm-hmm. Because you were so good at it there and you really did enjoy it. And now your battery's at 8%. You've drained it all the way from 100. It's been a long time. So what do you need to do to get that battery back up and finish strong? Because you have great relationships with these people and you do care about the department at the end of the day. Like you do. So you need to just recharge a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
All
right, well, let's end it there.
So I think the takeaways are extend if you can, travel as minimally as you can. That's a huge one. God, that was a game changer when we did that. And then, yeah, taking time off when you can. Take a month off. Come to Bali with us in November.
Let's go.
Like do our Bali trip and then take some time and just go chill and relax or travel more on your own. Take that time for yourself. And also I think the mental health aspect of it is just sometimes not, if you can't do that in the moment, but you're feeling really burnt out and you're like, okay, well, I can't even extend for a period of time or whatever. It's like digging deep into your mindset of just being like, okay, if I can't change the situation, what can I change within myself to show up and have a better experience, right? Because you can either show up and be in a shitty fucking mood every day and be tired and that's not going to change the fact you've got to be there. So then what are the little tools and things you can do to turn that around so that you personally have a better experience when you're going into work? And easier said than done, but take some time and really try to dig deep and, figure out what that is for you. And sometimes that's just taking a weekend to like lock yourself inside and just freaking chill, Because I think this is the last thing I'll say. I think that's another part of travel burnout too, is at least for us, when we were only somewhere for 3 months, like, which I feel like there hasn't been that many places we've only stayed for 3 months. We've always extended, at least if it's another 6 weeks or another 8 or a contract, but we try to get so much in. So, okay, first time we show up to Seattle, right? It was like, oh my gosh, like I want to do X, Y, and Z and we got to go here and we got to hike and we got to go blah, blah. Like you're so excited. There's so much to do. So it's like, you want to get in as much as you can. And on top of working and all that. So sometimes it's like, maybe you just need to like have a chill weekend and do nothing at all.
Yeah.
Because you're go. We were always go, whatever. Anyway. Okay. I think we'll leave it there.
All right.
Go cook dinner.
Done.
And thanks for listening.
This is like travel tip Tuesday, Wednesday.
Why is it Tuesday, Wednesday? Oh, because
it's 6 o'clock here.
Oh, P.S. We're recording this Tuesday at 6 p.m. our time and releasing it directly after because we just got the idea. We're like, oh, well, it's Tuesday. Let's just record it. But now we'll be more prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving forward.
All right. Well, we'll be back on the next time. Whether I don't know if we're gonna do one Thursday.
Yeah.
Because we did one Sunday.
No, we're doing it Thursday.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see you on Thursday.
All right, bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope that you really, really enjoyed it.
And if you did love this episode, can you please do us a huge favor and just share this with one of your friends? Like, just somebody that you think will get value from this episode. It would mean so much to us.
Yeah, like do it now. Like while you're inspired, go now.
Like right this second.
Yeah,
go. Or just like share it on your Instagram story and tag us at Kim and Erran G so that we can see it and thank you personally for helping us share this message, share this episode, and blow this baby up.
Yeah, help spread the obsession.
Ooh.
You can do that.
Let's get obsessed.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much. We are so grateful to be on this journey with you, and we will see you next week.
Bye.